Hi guys, this is 7.2 solving linear systems. The last lesson we used solving systems by graphing. Today we're going to solve by a method called linear combinations or elimination. How you do this is you line up your two equations, making sure that they are in standard form. Just line them up and simply add them together. You can see that negative 6y plus positive 6y will cancel. This gives us 8x equals, and then 48 plus negative 32 is 16. Divide by 8 and x equals 2. Then what you do is you go back to one of the original two equations. So 3x plus 6y equals 48. I picked the one without the negatives and simply substitute in x. So 3 times 2 plus 6y equals 48. You will subtract that 6 over, and so y is going to be 7. Y equals 7. Your answer is going to be an ordered pair again. So my ordered pair is 2, 7 for example number 1. I'm going to go ahead and stop this video and do examples 2, 3, and 4 and let you just look at the work because I don't think that you're going to have a problem doing these on your own. In example 2, you can see that there is nothing. You can't add these together unless the second equation has a negative 18y instead. So I multiplied the whole second equation by a negative 1. It gave me this. And now my 18y's are going to cancel, 18y and negative 18y. This leaves me with negative 2x, which equals 18. And then when I divide by negative 2, x is equal to negative 9. From there, I just take one of the two equations and plug in negative 9 for x. You can see I substituted over here, and my final answer for y was 1/2. So for example 2, when x is negative 9, y is 1/2. And that's the solution to the system. On example 3, I multiplied the first equation by negative 2. So negative 10x plus 6y equals negative 2. I wrote that all right here. And then I recopied the bottom equation. I always like my two equations to line up. So I will quickly rewrite when I need to. And then you can see that the y's are going to cancel here. And this gives me negative 6x is equal to negative 12. Getting a positive 2, you plug that positive 2 in over here where I plugged it in for x, and I figured out that y was 3. On example 4, I multiplied the top equation by 2 and the bottom equation by 5 so that I could get my x's to eliminate. My final answer was 6, negative 7. Is I took out the 3 out of the first equation and I divided the 4 out of the second equation. I ended up getting two identical equations. If the equations are identical, you have infinite solutions. Example number 6, I multiplied the top equation by a 2 and everything canceled, but I ended up with something that wasn't true. 0 equals 17. Therefore, example 6 was no solution. System of equations. It's called a mixture problem. We're going to let W represent gallons of water and T represent total gallons of mixture. We have 3 gallons of a mixture that is 60% water, and we need to know how many number of gallons of water we must add in order to bring the mixture to a 75% water solution. So looking at this, we're going to write a system of equations. We're going to start with the amount of mixture that we have. So we're starting with 3 gallons of the mixture. So 3 gallons, and we're going to add to that 3 gallons, we're going to add some mixture, but we don't know what. So I'll put that as X. And that's going to equal our total amount of mixture. Then we're going to look at the percent of water. So we have 60%, so change the percent to a decimal. We have 60% water of that 3 gallons. And we are going to add 100% water, and we don't know how much we're going to add, so that's X, and that's going to equal, we want a 75% mixture, so it'd be 75% of the total. So there are my 2 equations. Now, a lot of times we don't like decimals in these problems, so you can actually move these decimals out by multiplying by 100. Okay, so now we have, let's go ahead and multiply this second equation. So we have 60 times 3, which is 180, plus 100x is equal to 75t. Now you remember substitution, where we can take t, and we know what t equals. T is equal to 3 plus x. So we're going to take out the t and replace it with what t equals. So 180 plus 100, oh, that's an 8. That's supposed to be a 0 there, people. All right, 100x equals 75 times 3 plus x. All right, lots of fun. So 180 plus 100x is equal to 75 times 3 is 225 plus 75x. So let's move that 75 over here, and let's move that 180 to the right. So 25x is equal to 45. I subtracted the 180 to the right. Divide by 25, and x is equal to 1.8. So how much water do you have to add to have a 75% water mixture? 1.8 gallons of water is going to bring that percentage up to 75%. I want to show you a different way to do this using a diagram. So here's my mixture, and this mixture is 60%. So 60%, and of that mixture I have 3 gallons. And then I'm going to add some mixture, and I don't know, it's going to be 100% mixture, but I don't know how much of it I need to add, because that's your water that you're adding. And it's going to equal, and then your mixture here, you want it to be 75%. And the amount of mixture would be the 3 plus the x. So now you can see that we have the same equation. You can move your decimals out, so you end up with 180 plus 100x is equal to 75 times 3 plus x. which is the same equation that we had up here when we did it with the writing the system. Give example A a try on your own, and then I will have someone or I will do this problem for us when we meet in our Google Meet. On the U try, number 1 looks really complicated, but it's actually pretty easy. So let me just give you a hint. Since x plus y, well, I want this to be highlighted. Since x plus y is equal to 6, how about substituting in 6 everywhere that you see x plus y and see if you can solve the system? So give that one a try on your own. You try number 2, I would like you to try on your own, but here are a few hints. You have 30% of antifreeze and you have 10 quarts. This one though is you're going to take out some of that antifreeze and replace it with pure antifreeze. So since you're taking stuff out, you have your 10 quarts and you're going to subtract the amount you take out, which is X. Then you're going to add pure antifreeze, which is 100%, and you don't know how much of that pure antifreeze you're going to put in. So that's X. And then it's going to equal, you want your final amount to be 50% antifreeze. So here's the 50% antifreeze. And in the end, your car radiator will still have 10 quarts of antifreeze. So there's a hint if you want to take that diagram and see if you can write out an equation and solve for me how many quarts will have to be replaced with pure antifreeze, then I will have you share with me in our Google Meet the answer to that. Thanks, you guys. Have a fabulous day.